Welcome back, you creative writers. Today is another casual free write, another live stream session, starting off the week, hopefully on a good note, as we are getting into the writing vibe. So today I'm starting a little later than I normally do on Mondays, as I am getting back into my normal workflow. As you all know, from anyone who takes a vacation, a lot to catch up on. So we'll be getting into it. I really thought about it and was like, all right, do I have any real big updates? I don't think I have anything major to show this week. I'll probably hold off an update stream for next week, which means today we're just going to hop into some free writing. I'm going to keep pushing through on where I'm at with Last Scarecrow. I am very happy with the section that I'm on, actually. It's a lot of fun, as I am at the beginning of Act 2 and setting up my entire hero's journey. I would love to hear, how's the week starting off for you? Good? Bad? Lots of coffee? Not enough coffee? Drop a comment. I would love to hear from you, my friends. And we are starting. Tiara, what's up? What's up, everyone? Starting off Monday. Hopefully, we were able to get some solid writing in over the weekend. I know I made some progress. Loving it. Chat Soul, welcome, my friend. Hey guys, working on some edits for the physical copy of Burning Ember. That is so cool. For those of you who don't know, I know Soul launched their book earlier this year, and the second one is in the works. So I'm very excited to see how that comes along, my friend. Absolutely. And Nell, welcome. Snow, school canceled. Extra writing time. Wonderful. It's like I had a lot of snow where I was at. Now in the new studio setup, I don't have very much snow here. So that is a huge plus side. And then it sounds like you're going to be making some solid progress on your writing this week as well. What a great start to the week. Courtney's like slowly working through falling, which is exciting. What a great way to start the week, Courtney. That's awesome that you're making some progress. I know how much work there is to do, but it sounds like you're consistent on what you're doing, which is incredible. You'll be at the next draft before you know it, my friend. Tiara, like I finally got a day off work and slept all day. Well, you know what? Sometimes that happens. And Tiara, like I know how much you work as well, right? Like you're working a lot, and especially working in dealing with customers and customer service. Sometimes you just need to let yourself have a mental health day and just rest and recover. Because even though we might want to hop straight into our writing sometimes, like writing also takes energy, right? And especially forming all of the storytelling and the things we got to do. Sounds like that was the right call. It's nice to be able to like catch up on sleep, maybe watch something cool, kind of let your brain and your body recharge. You're like, now it's back to work, back to getting in some writing action, which is always a great thing to start on the work week. Awesome. So very cool, my friends. Of course, I'm so happy to see all y'all here. As I asked myself, like I said, there wasn't any major updates or things that I had this week. Because today I'm just getting back into it after kind of being out of work or out of my office, so to speak, for a week. Today's kind of my catch-up day. So I'm a little behind on my scheduling and my normal weekly cadence, as we'll get back into those things tonight. So let's see. This week I definitively have, so we have two things. We have two things this week. I know Saturday is going to be our next episode of the critique show. So make sure that if you want to get feedback on your story, you should definitely submit now. And like I haven't looked at it since. I'm not sure how many responses. Looks like we definitely already have a number of submissions for this Saturday's show. So here's this. Anybody who's wanting free feedback on their story this Saturday, story and critique show. I do the live readings, which we love. I love to read through them. I want to say this weekend will be episode 34. I think 34, the first story and critique show of the new year. I do a live reading, and then we'll do a free critique. And I always attribute it, or I always say it's similar to an alpha reading. with some developmental feedback, but generally tends to be more of an alpha reading in terms of doing it as a live experience. Since I don't actually read any of the things beforehand, I keep it fresh for the live stream so we can experience it together. So Saturday will be the critique show. Of course, Wednesday is our writers group. And Sunday, we will be actually kicking off with a really, really cool community event that we're doing with the AuthorTube community. Like I want to say, I believe that is this Sunday. Yes. So we're kicking off with a really cool AuthorTube event that we're doing with the community. I want to say a bunch of author tubers are getting together and doing community. It's like writing sprints, streams. There are quite a number. There's quite a good deal of writers who are involved with this. I was like, I had the schedule somewhere. Let's see. Yep. So we're starting on Sunday, which is awesome. So definitely looking forward to it. We're going a full week. So basically every day, all day, there's going to be writing sprints, and there's going to be, it looks like there's breaks, writing sprints, games. So essentially you're going to be able to either come join me, or you can join any of the other author tubers. And we're basically going to be doing like streaming all day, every day for 7 days. You guys know I'm streaming every day regardless. Everyone's going to be joining us on our daily streaming cadence, which is awesome. But it's going to be a great event, and it's going to be a great way to connect with some of the other author tubers in the community. It's it's called the AuthorTube and BookTube Marathon. It's going to be super cool. I'll probably have an ad up for it sometime this week. See a bunch of different styles here. So more to come. We'll be kicking that off on Sunday. And then because I'm starting that this weekend, we'll kick off the podcast. The Create Right Now podcast will return next week. So we'll come back with the podcast next week. But this weekend, we have some fun. So with that being said, I think that's a good start. ML, welcome, my friend. Hope all is well this evening. With that being said, I'm going to hop right into it with my writing. So you guys have known for the past couple of days, I've been making some solid progress on Scarecrow as I'm at the beginning of my Act 2. I was like, let's see. All right. I was like, make sure that there's enough space here to get all of that on the screen. All right, so I think that is good. I was like, yeah, people can see it if you look close enough. Okay, so I'm wrapping up chapter 11. That is not chapter 11, that is chapter 1. All right, so I'm going to hop into it. Let's see, the first demon. I just did my backstory. We just went to the backstory section. Yes, well, I got to introduce my antagonist. Who doesn't love introducing their antagonist for the first time in the story? Always a fun experience. So I'm going to hop straight into it. I'll throw up one of the playlists, whether you're brainstorming, writing, or editing. That's all part of the process. Come join us, and we're going to get some writing in. Definitely get some writing in. All right, let's do it. So here we go. Let's go. What music playlist sounds good? All right, we'll go. I can tell. I keep yawning. I'm feeling a little tired on today's writing for some reason. Maybe time to catch up on sleep. I'm curious, when you are struggling with your writing, let's say you're sitting down to write, what do you usually do? Do you have like a go-to strategy? You're like, hey, if I feel like I can't get words out, I will go drink coffee. I will take a break. I'll go take a nap. What are some of your strategies? I would love to hear. Today, I don't know why I don't know why I'm struggling today. Yesterday, I actually got into a pretty good vibe. I feel like my pacing is going slowly, and it's like one of those vibes, or it's one of those times where it just like I feel like I'm coming up with words, but the phrasing and the syntax that I'm doing just doesn't. They just don't sound as good as I would want them to be today. I'm cracking myself up. So like I couldn't make myself edit earlier, so I played Roots of Percha for a while and relaxed. Feeling much better tonight. Sometimes you kind of just have to step away to step back into it, right? Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like because with the writing live streams, since I'm doing the writing on the stream, I kind of force myself to get into the writing habit or the writing mindset regardless. And then if I don't, well, sucks to suck because I'll write more tomorrow. It continues to go along with my motto. If you don't feel like writing, write anyways. I was like, clearly that's seemed to serve me well for what's that, 372 days. All right. I was like, took a little break for a second. By the way, well, I am not procrastinating at all today. Not procrastinating at all. I'm so glad to have my writing set up. I was like, kind of got a writing set up. Got to probably make the lighting brighter. So let's see. I know what I need to do. I need to get the lighting. I need to get lighting in the back on the bookcase set up. I'm like, why is the background so dark? I was like, I need to get the bookcase lighting, which will be cool. Granted, with this studio, right now that I have the studio set up, I think the only downside of it is then I miss the TV screen. Which I liked from the last setup for having the TV screen. So I guess this will be a learning experience and seeing as I'm kind of thinking through what the new studio looks like. I'm like, yeah, even as I look here, I'm like, I like that I have stuff here, have that. Got to kind of think through if I can adjust for certain streams and get the TV monitor set up in the background here. Kind of thinking through it. Yeah. I'm procrastinating a little bit. All right, let's see what you guys all said. So, Emily, like yesterday was the first day I was able to write. So I did a happy dance. Yes. And I know, especially ML, when you haven't been able to write for a little while, getting back into it, you always feel like such like a sense of motivation and accomplishment. That's really awesome, my friend. Mary, like I have no habit. My writing time is very erratic. Sometimes I just write a description or a line or two. Okay, so then sometimes you feel like, okay, as long as I just get something down, then that I feel like that helps. That helps with pacing and that helps with keeping you consistent. I could totally agree with that. Because I think once again, right, with my habit, right anyways, I think even if you're getting something down, even if it's a thought, an idea, a phrase, a character, is better than nothing. I definitely like that. I think when I do the streams, I'm like, okay, well, I can't just not write anything. I guess I could procrastinate. Procrastinate and talk with you guys, and clearly mess around with my studio. But you know what? Writers never procrastinate. So that's the vibe I'm in today. Let's see. When I don't feel like writing, I read as research for how to fix my issues in my writing. Courtney, that cracks me up. It's like when somebody tries to solve procrastination by going on social media and then ends up procrastinating with social media, writing TikTok or something like that. That's kind of funny. That makes me laugh. Susan, it's better to write than no writing at all. Yes. Completely agree. You guys continue to inspire me a little bit. Okay. I'm going to push myself to get back into it. Hopefully I can get through this paragraph, even if I don't feel like everything sounds good. All right. Well, we're going to try anyways. Let's see. Let's go. All right. I was like, okay. I was starting to get into it a little bit. I mean, I got a couple hundred words in at least through that review of New Vision. I'm actually pretty happy with what I ended up with, surprisingly. God, that was a struggle. Today was a real the struggle was real today for me. God, I was like not figuring out like the right word choices for some reason. I was just like looking at the same sentence and no words were coming. And I'm like, all right, I know I have the sentences here, right? And I know the sentences don't actually sound horrible, but I wanted to layer on a couple cool, a little bit more prose, but it's all right. It wasn't meant to be right now. Um, Clarified some of this background. Really, the real purpose of this is to do the setup for the first demon, the antagonist, why the antagonist is bad, and then to lead into a hint at the nothingness, the profound destruction of the nothingness, which came with the first demon. And I think I accomplished it well. I think it's a little clearer this time. I'll have to re-review tomorrow and see how I feel about it, but we'll see. And then I'll end off the next section of the chapter. I want to say is Last Robot. We're leading into why it connects now to Scarecrow and why. Yeah, so then the next section is how the Last Robot is involved. So then I get the Last Robot's backstory. Yeah, so I've done the demon, I've done the foreshadow with the demon, we've done the foreshadow with the nothingness, and now I got to do the foreshadow with the Last Robot, and then leading into why it doesn't matter to Scarecrow. So we'll see. I mean, and I think what I have with Robot is still clear. I think I can clean up Scarecrow's motivation and intentions a little bit. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. Let's see. I know I saw you guys were chatting. We're in the chat a little bit. Susan, you had a great question. You'd said, "Is the Last Scarecrow the first book you're trying to publish?" Technically, yes. So it's the first solo book I'm trying to publish. Technically, I had a flash fiction story that got published in the Freaky Friday anthology, which was super cool. Yeah, for anybody who hasn't checked out the anthology, you totally should. I was like, let's see, let's do that. I was like, I'll tag the thing. I have to remember to tag it. I was like, I don't know, maybe it tags automatically. We'll see. Let's see, tag products. Let's tag the Freaky Friday anthology. And perfect. All right, I just tagged that. I'll see if that goes through or not. So I just tagged the Freaky Friday anthology. It probably popped up at the bottom of the screen. If you don't see it, just refresh. But technically my first technical published story this past year was an extra piece in the physical copy of the Freaky Friday anthology, which I was super proud of. It actually came out pretty good. In addition to the other 13 stories, 12 of which are the other authors who all competed in the Freaky Friday competition, and then they all got submitted and we turned them into an anthology. So it was a very, very cool experience. Last Scarecrow is my first independent solo book I will be publishing this year, which I'm very, very excited. It'll be my flagship launched book. I've been working on it since last year. I started as a 2-page free write in January, and it's been a really, really cool experience. So I'm very excited about it. Fantasy, like a fantasy action adventure. Kind of go back and forth on how much it works as a dark fantasy genre, but it's definitely a fantasy action adventure. Has elements of post-apocalypse elements, science fiction elements. It has fairy tale elements. Probably folktale might be better. So post-apocalypse, science fiction, folktale, and thriller because it's like dark. That's why it's yeah. So it has some of those elements, but it's predominantly a fantasy action adventure. So I love it. I had a good point in it. That's thanks for asking, Susan. I appreciate that. Let's see. Like absolutely great way to end the night. Always, always. I know sometimes our later night writing sprints can be kind of fun. I know our latest streams tend to be the writers group on Wednesday. I don't know. I might try out a day a week doing a later free writing sprint if people like it. Let's see. My last 12,620 and holding. Ooh, yeah, you're like inching up that word count every single day, Mary. That's really awesome. Susan, you're like, I wrote 5 pages of the rough draft today. Excellent work. It sounds like we're all making a little bit of progress today. So it's like I got 2 chapters updated today. That's an excellent feeling. Always, always amazing. So really, really awesome, my friends. I know it sounds like we got a good start to the Monday. I feel like for most of us, right, Monday's kind of like the start of the week, whether you have a 9 to 5, you're in school, or you got other responsibilities. But Monday, I feel like it's always powerful to start the week off with the good writing vibe, right? And that will take us into the week, and hopefully we'll be able to get some solid progress this week. I'm happy with where I'm at Scarecrow. I want to keep kind of pushing myself to do more, while balancing it with my other commitments. So we'll see where we're at. Like I said, I don't have the schedule ready to show right now on stream, but I'll show. I'll be back tomorrow. I want to say my Tuesday is probably going to be 2 p.m. Pacific, 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be back tomorrow, 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, for another free writing sprint. Make sure to submit to the Story and Critique Show if you want feedback for your story this Saturday. Sunday will be super awesome. Yeah, I'll drop the schedule sometime tonight for all my newsletter subscribers, and it will be great. It will be wonderful. So this is a very, very cool start of the week. I feel pretty good. I'm like, all right, yeah, I feel like I have more updates, but not really. It's like one of those weeks. There's a couple of things in my mind, but I'll probably share them next week. So with that being said, that brings us to Creative Writing on the Morrow. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks for getting us a little bit of writing. Sounds like we made some progress. And if you enjoyed the stream, tap that like button on your way out. Help us show the algorithm that writing streams are cool. They definitely are, especially after 370 something consecutive streams and many, many more to come. So that is all I got for you, my friends. Thanks for joining us. You're like, I've had a busy time lately. Yeah, always doing something, Mary. I appreciate that. But unfortunately, that brings us to the end of the stream. Don't forget, words are wind, but stories are forever. I'm Kaufman, and I'll catch you on the morrow. Stay creative, writers.
Right now.
Right
now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Because it's time to write now.